Action.
Let's go.
What is Special Olympics? Special Olympics is a non-profit organization that began in the 1950s and early 1960s by Eunice Kennedy Shriver. She saw the need to help people with intellectual disabilities. Shriver noticed how unfairly they were treated and that they didn't have anywhere to play sports together. She began with just a summer day camp in her backyard. There was only one goal in her mind: to find out what these children could do in sports and other activities, and not to dwell on what they could not do. This was the first step in what now is a hugely successful organization. Shriver took a risk. While most people were scared and still are, she saw the need to help and took action. I believe you can do the same thing. No, I'm not asking you to start your own organization. What I'm asking is that you volunteer. By July 20th, 1968, the first International Special Olympics Summer Games were held at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Nearly 1,000 athletes with disabilities attending from 62 states and Canada. They competed in track, field, swimming, and floor hockey. This is a huge jump start that only escalated upward. In February 1977, the first International Special Olympics Winter Games were held in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. More than 500 athletes competed in skiing and skating events. By this time, the organization was recognized. These games were televised by CBS, NBC, and ABC networks. They were working their way to year-round activities for these athletes. Huge fundraisers were starting to establish in recognizing the Special Olympics, like the Law Enforcement Torch Run, which is still the biggest fundraiser held today. Finally, by February 1988, the IOC, International Olympic Committee, signed a historic agreement with Eunice and Sergeant Shriver, officially endorsing and recognizing Special Olympics as part of the Olympics. All the hard efforts put into this were paying off, but they still wanted to grow. So by 1989, unified sports were enacted to bring people with and without disabilities together to play sports on the same team. Now, there are still issues to establish. When working with people with disabilities, there's always a matter of health and health care. The initiative Healthy Athletes began in 1997 to resolve this issue. This provides healthcare services including free vision, dental and hearing screenings, injury prevention clinics, and nutrition education to athletes worldwide. Special Olympics organization still helps many athletes around the world connect with each other and other people. As of May 2014, there are 4.4 million athletes around the world holding as many as 80,000 events and competitions annually. Now that you know a little bit about Special Olympics, you may be asking yourself, how can I help? Well, I'll start by explaining how I got involved. I personally have family members that are involved in Special Olympics, but oddly enough, that's not how I got into it. I was asked by a coach/player to play unified softball. Among these athletes was my great uncle. Right off the bat, I was excited. I mean, who doesn't want to play for a great cause and be on the field with their family? Now, you don't have to be asked to play or volunteer. This is just the way it happened for me. But if that's what it takes, and I'm asking, will you help out? Can you give a little bit of your time for a great cause? You don't have to be good at any sports, just use your skills, whether it be handing out water at events, medical care, coaching, keeping score, driving a van, or even being supportive. Just go out and volunteer. They are just like you and me, except, believe it or not, friendlier. They really appreciate all you're willing to do for them. These athletes have the biggest hearts, and the time you give up to them will create memories that last a life, that will last forever for you and them. So become a part of the family, the Special Olympics family. The ball's in your court. What will you do about it?